Hey everybody, it's Joe from House of Stereo, and we're standing in the living room today. I wanted to talk a little bit about some of the products that we have, some of the products that are going to be seen at the Florida Audio Expo this year. And so first and foremost, these are the Avantgarde DUO GTs. Now, as far as German speakers go, Avantgarde Acoustics is instantly recognizable. And with horns, I come about it honestly. My father's been a horn guy for many years. Tube amps, horn speakers, that's what I grew up with. So of course, when I took over the stereo shop, Dad was always off to the side saying, hey, we need to get some horns, we need to get some high efficiency tube amps, look at this set amp. And so after years of pressure, I finally caved, and I'm glad that I did. So, you know, the Avantgardes are made in Germany. This is the third generation of their driver technology. And for those who have perhaps seen them but don't really know much about them, what we've got, this is the mid-range. This is the tweeter. And then Avantgarde has two 12-inch woofers down here, each independently driven by a 600-watt amplifier. In the DUO GT, you have two woofers. In the DUO SD, you have a single woofer. That's one of the main differentiators. Later this year, we're going to see the new DUO Mezzo coming. We'll see that in Chicago. But I decided that I wanted to bring the DUO GTs into the shop and into Florida. The new third generation of Avantgarde features new mid-range and tweeter designs, but in addition to that, they have created what's called iTron. iTron is their internal solid-state amplification system, 3 watts per channel, which is more than enough to drive the mid-range and the tweeter. And basically, you just add source. That is a pretty neat feature for people who are downsizing. You still want the big speaker, but you don't have room for all of the electronics and other things. Avantgarde has really created a cool product. Now, these are awesome because they're switchable. A couple of changes on the back, and I can run these passively with a tube amp, and we have a passive traditional set of Avantgardes. So really what we have here is 2 speakers in one. Now, these are heavenly blue. There are about a dozen different colors that you could choose from, and if you wanted to, you can pick your own color for an additional fee. For those of you interested in learning more about Avantgarde, this is the middle speaker. For all intents and purposes, there is the Uno, the Duo, and the Trio. At Florida this year, we're going to get our first look at the Uno SD, which is a single woofer, smaller configuration. I think it stands about this tall. So if you love this design, but your room just can't support a speaker this large, the Uno SD is a really good option for a lot of people. So we're super excited to get to spend time with some of our customers and friends down there as they get to know the Uno SD. Now, if you see this speaker and it doesn't scare you and you say, well, what else have you got? The Trio is really the speaker that Avantgarde is probably most well known for. It is massive. There are 3 horns, the space horn subwoofers. That's where you'll see a stack of woofers almost as tall as the speakers themselves. It's some of the finest horn speaker and some of the best audio I've ever heard. If you have a room that can support it and a budget, that's definitely something to take a look at. And if you want to hear it, give us a call and we'll arrange that for you. And I also wanted to show off Viva Audio. Now, those of our customers and our friends on the internet who spend time on Facebook no doubt have seen talk about us picking up Viva Audio. Viva, and again, going back to my father being a big tube guy, he and I both, when we first saw Viva years back, we said, oh God, we've got to have this. This is great. Well, the day is here, And so what we have here is the Solistino amp, so called because it's the smaller version of the Solista. Now this little, it's not a set amp, is it? It is a set amp. Okay. Dad's over to the right, this is a good thing. So what this is a 22 watt per channel set amp. And these two giant tubes, a lot of people from afar, they think they're 300B tubes, but they're not. They're 845 tubes. Now, 845s, you don't see them every day, but Amadeo over at Viva, he loves the 845 tubes and really has designed a world-class system around them. So this little integrated has 5 inputs and is running 2 of the 845 tubes plus a complement of other input tubes. And it's a pretty sweet little device. In addition, here on the floor, we also have the Egoista 845. Now, the Egoista 845 is a headphone amplifier. It looks almost the same as this, but it is a headphone rig only. So balanced, unbalanced headphone connections, it's just a powerhouse. So while a lot of people prefer the HA200 by T+A to drive their headphone amps, for those who are on more of a tube bent, this is the perfect headphone amplifier for you guys, and we'll get into that in a little bit. So this is the living room. What we have here, this is an 85-inch TV behind me, and all around us we have Focal 1000 series with Dolby Atmos programming. And really this room was meant to never have electronics in it, but with speakers and gear of this size, there's only so much that you could fit into the stereo rooms. So so we've spilled out a bit, and I'll be honest, I really think that we've done a good job with sound quality here in this huge space in the front of house here at House of Stereo. We've got room treatment on the ceilings and on the windows and on the walls. We've really dialed this space in without losing the living room feeling of the space. So that was really important, and that's really a big accomplishment for us to get such great sound in a space where people normally wouldn't expect it. But to get back to this system and what we're doing here, let's start with the source. So the T+A MP3100 HV is one of our favorite DAC streamer, SACD player, all-in-one digital devices. It's been around since I think about 2018. T+A has come out with a reference DAC, and that lives in our big high-end room behind you. But this is our workhorse. This is what we do wolf development on. This is what I use in my daily life. This is one of my favorites, and it's a device that I know the sonics of perfectly. So what we're doing is we're running out of the MP3100 into the Viva Audio Solistino amp, and then that is passed out to the Avantgarde speakers. So really, it's a nice little 4-piece system, 5 if you include the power conditioner. But for such a simple system, it's amazing, you know, how good the sound quality is on this. And that kind of concludes this quick look at our Avantgarde and Viva Audio. Thank you for watching. If you're anywhere near Jacksonville, Florida, please stop in. We're 9/10 of a mile off I-95. We can't wait to show you guys our new showroom. We are really proud of it. We've put a lot of work into it. 4 stereo rooms, and then these front of house spaces and these little niches all over the shop. It's really one of the most beautiful shops in the country, I can assure you. So thanks for watching, and please come by.